Hi chat, how's it going? How you doing? The song is Fall from Armored Core 4. I love that song. I don't know anything about Armored Core apart from apparently it's getting a new game. And it has pretty good soundtracks in general. Pretty good stuff. I don't like that white right there. That's my bed. This is my bed clothing. But I think I can fix it a little bit. Looks kind of messy. How about that? How about purple? That way it kind of looks like. Is that the what's that, the bisexual flag? I guess maybe. Let's fix it even more. Like there. I think that's better. No, wait. What's the messy side? I think this is the messy side. Is that better? Slightly better. Stella, I don't know. Good luck, Pandu. Is that no? It's the second time you call me Pandu. Yesterday I raided your channel while you were talking with Pandu. Explain me how the fuck do I split myself? The other time you did it on the Eternal Discord, making everyone think that Pandu run Eternal, which by the way I wouldn't be against. Tell Pandu to run Eternal. Do it. You can easily raid someone muted. What do you mean? I was playing a game. How do I play Baldur's Gate for the first time in like 20 years? And raid my favorite games of 2022, which by the way I played like 2 games on 2022. So that's a big tier list. Massive. And none of the games I think were from 2022. Maybe one of them. What am I doing this? I don't need this. Listen, I wanna be a VTuber eventually. It will help me on those days, especially on winter. But I'm not yet. I want a model of this. Of my VTuber character. Where is it? There she is. This shit? I want this shit. I want a 3D model of this. So I have a friend which is an artist. And he made this. And we tried another day to make like the front version. Like I have the face in my head, but I don't know really how to explain it. Which is kind of like a rotation of this character. But we couldn't. He ended up making the profile pic I use for Twitch. Which is fine, but I'm not completely convinced with the face. Honestly, kind of looks more like me than what I was thinking, but that's the problem. I don't want to be me. I mean, I want to be me, but you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be me. Otherwise, I would just be me. That's why I don't generally ask you on these things. Why not? You don't want me to become a VTuber? Nia, haro every nia. How are you? Fine, son. Musume no America itaru no desu. Chat, this game destroy me yesterday. And it might destroy me again. We might... Like, the title, actually, yesterday I was thinking on the title. And we get out of Orange Star, but I forgot. So now the title's different. But yeah, we can PV by a lot. But at the same time, I think the run is already on a level where it's not easy to PV anymore. Black hole run, won't you come? Watch away the snow, black hole run, won't you come? Won't you come? In this realm, I don't generally play a lot of new games. Seriously. But don't you like... I mean, I guess by some other people's standards, because by my standards you play a lot of games. Lights. Pandora's VTuber persona? This is my VTuber persona. This girl. Which is pretty much just me. I was thinking between just this, like a you know, a front version of this. The other thing I was thinking was... You don't play a lot of new ones. Yeah, no, barely. I was thinking of Ilania. Ilania is a character I developed for D&D. Oh my god. Oh, the game doesn't like when it gets minimized. Oh, whoa. That's painful. Hang on. Yeah. This is Ilania. A tiefling. And she has a side arc. The game really doesn't like you as a... Yeah. This was the other idea for a VTuber. And she has like astral self fit or style, so she can summon this. That's the visage and the arms. I still don't have the body because that's too complicated. But yes, she summons the protector spirit of her sister, which is those bones. Definitely know you and I aren't the same person. Yeah, both. A 10-400 incoming, by the way. Yeah, that's true. Also, clean up 300. Numbers in parentheses means the amount of times I successfully done that split. Which means I lost. I reset a lot, a fourth of my runs on the first level. Forgot to send you a fractal video. Nice. Definitely send that. I'm always down for fractal stuff. It's on my Q&A. Why the fractals? I like them. Maybe my VTuber should just be a fractal. Like a Kawaii Desne's fractal or something like that. It's the new thing, fractalphilia. The year's 2023, people are fucking fractals. You kidding me? How does that not kill? How does that not kill?
Mission complete.
I ditch it. I ditch attempt 400. It's fine. The first number is meaningless. It's like sometimes you see runners with like 1,000 attempts in the attempt count. If you don't have the numbers for the splits, that number is completely meaningless. You can literally just reset over and over until you have the perfect first split. And I know a lot of runners that do that. Mandelbrot. Base it on the Latin Fractus. This RNG is ass. Why is he giving me that? I don't get it. I don't get it, chat. Meaning broken. Or fractured, yeah. Fractus sounds like a JRPG magic move, yeah. Or a JRPG villain. Fractus. It comes to destroy the smoothness of the world. Its worst enemy is a koala, because he has a smooth brain. Or maybe it takes control of koalas, giving them non-smooth brains, and suddenly they're like the most intelligent cosmic brain animal in this planet. That was a frame perfect attack, and he actually messed me up. Practice with everything to a fractal and realize his string theory dream. Oh my god, let's not talk about I was still talking about string theory. Jelly, don't do that. String theory is dead. It needs to disappear from the public in any form. Well, I guess it would make sense for a billion. If you think about, like, yeah, it's dead, it's not true, it's not even a theory. But this billion really believes in it, and they want it to be true. And they're willing to do everything for it to be true. Was he ever alive to begin with? Yeah. I mean, depending on what you mean by alive, it was Trent. And a lot of people got jobs and money on Academy because of the... What am I losing time? Because of the hype of it. So in that sense, it was alive. It was a hot topic for like a little bit. And then after that, it kept being a hot topic because of news, science news, and just like hype culture in science and things like that, even though a lot of people didn't care about it anymore a whole lot. Because of Mishokaku and like History Channel and things like that. So it was alive a little bit, then it was a zombie for years. And today is kind of still a little bit on the mythos of like science jokes. Not as much as before, but it's still there. You can still find it on like Rick and Morty and shit like that, I guess. I actually don't even know. Is string theory even mentioned on Rick and Morty? Maybe not. Maybe that's how dead it is. You know, a science topic is dead when it's not mentioned on a show like that. But it's probably mentioned on Futurama. Because that's older. Now they move on to multiverses. Yeah. Yeah, what's up with multiverses? Why is everyone doing that? Why is everyone doing that? That one took a while though, because like the multiverse, there's like the many words interpretation of quantum mechanics, which is that an interpretation, nothing else. Not a theory, not a field, no, it's just an interpretation. It's someone came up with that idea, and it's an idea, and that's about it. Like there's many interpretations you can do in quantum mechanics to explain some shit, but it really doesn't relate to experiments, nor it improves the theory or in any way. I mean, not the theory. Quantum mechanics is not a theory. Or is it? Let's see. That's kind of hard to answer. I guess at this point it's not anymore. I don't know. No, help. It's hype and it brings money. Like string theory. Yeah, but I know. It's just that on science there wasn't that much hype about multiverses, really. It just kind of picked up, I think, on media. And that's why I think it's a very different case from string theory, which started on science and then to science media and then to media, you know? Kind of all together. There wasn't a whole lot of people being paid postdocs for multiverses, you know what I mean? Then anime exists somewhere all day. That's the thing, like, when you say... Okay, so let's talk about a little bit of what infinite means. This is a common misconception. I know all of these are jokes, but I still want to talk about it because this is a kind of an important... Not really important, but an interesting mathematical topic. Infinite doesn't mean everything. Infinite only means it never ends, right? Like infinitely big. So for example, this is a very common misconception when you are on a school. This is a common topic on school when you go into systems of equations. Okay? So you have a system of equations. First you have a normal equation. Solve for x. Find x, right? Okay. Then you have a system of equations. Solve for x and y. And the number of variables have to be the number of equations you have in order to solve and all that shit, right? But then the teacher tells you some systems don't have solutions, right? And that's when you have like two lines that don't intercept each other, because every equation is a line. Okay. And then there's other systems that have infinite solutions. And then every kid in the room thinks, oh, that means I can put any number and it will be a solution. No, that means there is an infinite amount of solutions. That doesn't mean every number is a solution. So you don't put any number and it will work. No, you put specific numbers that relate to each other in a specific way. Like 2x equals y. That is a solution. That means 1 and 2 are a solution. And there's infinite solutions that look like that. But that's not all the numbers possible. But it's still infinite. So when we say infinite universes, you still need the universes to be consistent with, let's say, the law of physics, which means Anime Girl's universe doesn't exist, most likely. And there's an infinite amount of universes that cannot exist because they don't follow the rules of physics. We just have infinite universes that, attend to that. So, yeah, I just wanted to make that clear because it's a very common misconception. Are similar to words? They have to, because the many words interpretation assumes that every time let's say, what is it, the quantum thingy. Like, the thing is, when a quantum decision is made, there's like many possibilities. Only one happens on this universe, probabilistically. All the others will generate a different universe. But that still follows the rules. Otherwise, we're not talking about multiverse. We're talking about, like, I don't know, like God. And that's a different topic. Not just media though. Stephen Hawking was a bit multiverse guy. Yeah, but again, it's just interpretation. But the thing, again, like string theory, where we're talking about scientists, by the way. When we talk about string theory, it's postdoc getting paid for that. Like, you don't have to be stupid to believe something. Especially with science and how it's done today, there's too much science. It's impossible to know everything. And so there's always gonna be some topic where you're gonna be stupid. It doesn't matter if you're a PhD. You're gonna be a PhD on physics and be stupid on biology. Super common, by the way. And the other way around.
Mission complete.
Where is my splits? Yeah, we're gonna run without splits, I guess. Sucks. Because that was like the first good attempt of it. Don't subscribe to multiverse theories. Yeah, the problem is I don't actually know if they're theories. I think they're just interpretations. The one I know is not a theory is string theory, which is funny because it's always called string theory, but it's not a theory because it's not falsifiable. You cannot falsify it. There's no experiment to say whether it works or not, so that discards it from its theory status. The main thing I took from the very few string multiverse theories that I've seen is that their main issue is the exact same. They're not a theory because a big part of the theory is that that's what, yeah. What Jelly said. But yeah, I don't know enough about multiverse to say whether it is a theory or not. I don't care enough about it. Like, as far as I know, it's a representation of quantum mechanics, but maybe I'm wrong. String, on the other hand, that's just like, it's math. It's fun math. That's what it is. Anything as this basic of culture that humans making decisions. Yeah, that's an interpretation as well. That's like a simplification of the brain. Like, it's common to attribute a quantum state to the brain because we can't fully explain the brain. So we say we can simplify some of the stuff on it to like a probabilistic quantum decision. Oh fuck. You can think of it as like butterfly effect and things like that as well. If there is at least one thing. But then the problem is it's not that simple as well because we have decoherence. And actually that's kind of a complicated problem. Yeah, sure. Free will can exist. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about free will. I had discussions with friends and it never... It just never goes to anything. Let's say free will is a social construction. Let's leave it there. That way we don't have to justify it factually or scientifically. We just agree as a society that it exists. Otherwise the social system goes to hell. And the justice system.
Mission complete.
I prefer that approach. I have a different line for that, I need to remember.
Mission complete.
I've been thinking of maybe modify my splits to the peak average splits instead of PV. Because it's more realistic. We got a 6. I believe that's guaranteed. Yeah, that should be guaranteed. I don't think a high roll can do it.
Mission complete.
I modified my speeds a little bit actually. Just a tiny bit. I adjusted some things. Because there's strats I'm not doing anymore. So got rid of a couple golds. And things like that. Fuck you. Fucking flag attack, I hate it. I've been watching more Code Lyoko. Really enjoying the show. I like the whole dynamic. It's funny because coming from a show that is like a little bit more, I don't know if adult oriented, but like at least the protagonists are more adult. And so there's like less joking, let's say. Whereas Code Lyoko is more like children oriented, like
Mission complete.
like all the characters, a lot of the characters, it's like on one we have adults having to deal with genocide, in the other we have like kids having to deal with things they shouldn't be dealing with. Oh, trial mode. That's an interesting save state I have here. Futurama is coming back. Nice. I was watching Pandora when I was resting from watching The Office. I have it there. I watched most of the first season, I think. I don't know if it's the same people. It might not be. It's definitely not. With a show as big as that, it's almost impossible
Mission
to keep the same people. Also with all the things that happen to the people. But yeah, I just hope it's not bullshit, like... It is an old show. Sometimes it's better to just let shows die. Or finish, rather.
Mission complete.
And then what I hate is when shows finish, when they're not finished, when they get cancelled. Now that is ass. I got that with Shadow Raiders. I went into the second season and I finished it not knowing the show was cancelled. Or inside job. Oh my god. Oh my god, what do you do that? That's what I want to see come back. I want to see a third season of Inside Job. Hopefully with less celebrities. I also hope Futurama has less celebrities. I don't like celebrities cameos. I hate them, actually.
Mission complete.
Over the garden wall, Gravity Falls. Did those ones, I haven't seen any of them. Did they finish or not finish? I know they're good. Many friends have watched, many friends have recommended, but just haven't done it myself. They finished? Nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just finish things. That's good. It's good to have an ending. Thanks. Finally.
Mission complete.
One Piece? Yeah, but One Piece... No. You're not seeing what I'm saying. One Piece... No. You're confusing what I'm saying. I'm saying... Don't make it longer than it should be. One Piece is not that. One Piece is planned. Even if it's another 1,000 episodes. Oda is a mastermind and he knows why he's doing it. But if something is completely finished and there's nothing else to do with it and you try to make it longer, that's what I say when I say let things die. One Piece is as better as ever right now. After 1,000 episodes. Did you get another Berserk situation? Yeah. I mean, that's different. Yeah, that's different. I'm just trying to shit on people that have like good shows and they don't let them die, and then the shows are bad. I don't know, like I don't know if Game of Thrones qualifies for that, or just The Simpsons. You can say like. Why am I playing so bad? Like, seriously. What's up with my orange star? That is so ass lately. Like, look at this. Look at the time loss here. Disgusting. That is so disgusting. Never watch God or read it? Me too. I don't know how different. I just talk from the fans. I haven't heard a single person. I haven't even heard people saying the last seasons are fine. which really surprises me, because usually what I see is just some people that are very vocal. Like, for example, this happens with some stuff. Sometimes there is this like trend on YouTube about a game or something, and some people are like, oh, why are people hating on this? And it's just like a couple guys that are really like vocal about it. But then when you actually talk with your friends and people that actually reason and not just yell, you see most people actually like that thing, and it's fine.
Mission complete.
With God, I haven't heard a single person that says it's good or fine. They all say it's chai, which I find super interesting. George R.R. I don't really care about what the author says about shows, unless they're involved. Well, if they're involved, it's their fault, so I actually don't care about as well. I never heard. Got fans complain about his books. Oh yeah. No, okay. No, actually, a lot of fans say that. The thing is that thing came out later, so I think the problem was that the show came out before the books,
Mission complete.
and so they had the possibility of fucking up. That's very different. Like One Piece versus the manga? No, it's actually the opposite. I think it's the opposite. And it's not even close, because One Piece and the manga are made by the same people. I mean, not by the same people, but Oda is involved in the anime, you know? Not really. I mean, yes, but no. It's implicit filler. It's different from like Naruto filler. Yeah, fans decide to skip, but it's like long opening and remembering things in the middle of a chapter. There's no filler arcs. There's like 2 filler arcs. One Piece is surprisingly one of the less feel-heavy animes out there, considering how long it is. And when I say feel less, I mean... Oh, this is weird. I don't think I'm lying. Yeah, I'm not lying. Oh, this sucks. I mean like actual filler. Like explicit filler, a filler arc. One Piece has like 2 filler arcs. That's it. In like fucking 1,000 episodes. Naruto had like 20 on way less episodes than that. Or like Bleach, and like in the middle of a big fight. Like, we're gonna fight the worst enemy of all time. Bam, filler arc. Take 40 episodes of bullshit before the big battle. Now to have more for I'm not sure. I think probably yes. Probably yes, but at least Naruto, not Shippuden, Naruto original, handled it a little bit better. Where you had like, you know, half of Naruto is the story, and then the other half is filler. Which is bullshit, but at least you can just skip one half. And if you're seeing it live, you can decide like, okay, everything's gonna be filler, Shippuden is not happening, and just switch into the manga. Whereas in Bleach, it would literally happen in the middle of arcs, and just cut the action. That was a disaster, and that's why it got cancelled. Like, it was so bad that later, on the last arc, they actually did something that was canon, but it looked like filler because of how conditioned people were. And to be honest, the Fullbring arc is not great, whatever. But even so, I think it was hurt more because of how people were conditioned about filler. Yeah, no, but I think the situation with Game of Thrones was that the last two books weren't written yet, and so they actually have to do something. Even, you know, whether it's with advice with the author or not, they still had to write something from scratch, kinda. Well, not from scratch, but you know. And so they did an FMA. I don't know what's an FMA, but that's what I heard. That's that they had to, you know, improvise, or not improvise, but they could fucked up. The story wasn't written. Full Metal Alchemist. Oh, I guess, yeah. Same thing happening. Yeah. And that's why the you know, Brotherhood came out later and all that. I think it's that. Now the difference is, I heard from Full Metal Alchemist that both are pretty good. Like, they didn't fucked up. It's just like different stories that are both interesting. I think there's a little bit of a consensus that Brotherhood is superior, but not by a long shot. Game of Thrones Brotherhood incoming, yeah. Pretty much. Probably not a bad idea. You know, as much as I say let things die, I also think if something died in a bad way, you can still do justice to it. I wouldn't be against an alternative ending for Naruto. Or Game of Thrones. But I don't know about Game of Thrones. I haven't watched it, but for the things I heard. Like, I don't like when, let's say, fans destroys endings like that are actually fine. Is my emulator going slower? Am I really this bad? The thing is, I think there is a limit to how bad an ending can be. Now, so here's the thing. I think a bad ending doesn't take away the show. I still enjoy Naruto a whole lot, and it's still part of my story, part of my inspirations, part of who I am as a person, probably. So I'm fine with that. And that's why I think, also, that it kind of deserves a good ending. But I don't care too much about it. Like, I'm fine. I don't know how to explain this, but while I'm fine with that, I'm also fine with the idea of making a new ending. Because I think it's just so bad. I don't know, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I think that sometimes takes time to get over. Watch the big Twitch psychologist talk
Mission
about how we're
complete.
illogical like that. 30 years of happy marriage and feel like it's 31 years wasted. Falls badly in the end. Yeah, no, I know. No, that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying... I'm actually, like... I'm mad, but I'm not as mad as a lot of people. I care way less about ending than most people. But I still can't help but feel bad. Now, I don't know if it's illogical. I also think that this is like... There is this trend of calling things that... I don't know, like... There's this thing, like emotional versus logic. Emotions versus logic and all that. But the thing is... That's completely arbitrary. I don't like that separation too much.
Complete.
Because it relies on, like, mathematical simplifications. For example, in this case, the mathematical simplification is saying, yeah, 30 years of happy versus 1 year of not happy. So the mathematical simplification, the mathematical model is that you can model happiness as a simple function that is constant with time. But you can't do that. There's no way of doing that. Like a loving parent for 70 years loving you, and then it kills you. Yeah, that doesn't take away the happiness of 70 years. I know that, but that also doesn't, like, you're not being emotional if you're hating that person. Ancient Greek sky, exactly. Like, that's just like your model of happiness. It's incorrect. And like, we're modeling happiness. How is that logical? Like, the whole point of having logical versus emotion is that it separates those things, which means we cannot model happiness and emotions logically. Like, it's a contradiction in itself. You know what I mean? So it's like, no. There's no such thing as logical thinking when we're talking about happiness. And if there is, which there is a little bit, honestly, yes, there is a little bit, emotional logicalness, it depends heavily on the person. That's like the point. So I think the misconception where people think about like facts and logic and all that shit is that they think every person thinks the same. And by thinking that, if you assume every person thinks the same, you're assuming people think like you. And when you think people think like you think everyone that doesn't think like you is stupid. And it's not logical. While in reality, you're stupid. Because you think you're not being logical, because you're assuming things that are not true. And that's illogic. So it's just I hate it. And I also hate when psychologists do that, especially that, because they should know. They should know better. Like, come on. Just study fucking 5 years for that. Like, year 1 you should know that. God Christ. Because it blocks you? It blocks you from what? From being happy about 70 years of happiness? You have the right of not being happy about that. Again, it's only logical if you assume that it's a constant function. Why would you assume that? That's an assumption. There's no proof that happiness is like that. For moving on with your life at some point. And why is not moving on illogical?
Mission complete.
it is something you like for so much. Like, are we supposed to move on from everything that we don't like? Then you wouldn't be able to do anything that makes you struggle. Then about reaching happiness, he talks about how happiness is not real all the time. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I'm talking about something I haven't watched, so like I'm making a judgment based on things, like based on other things, like general ideas of trends and perception, not really of the thing you watch, because I haven't. Kind of like how you didn't stop functioning when you didn't like Naruto ended. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like everyone just does that. I think the misconception is that thinking that the fans that are crying for Naruto haven't moved on. They just, like, you're reading a tweet. A tweet is a message. You cannot know what's the state of the person that made the tweet after they made it. Maybe they just didn't care and just wanted to, like, gel for like 1 day or a week or a month, but maybe they're just fine. But that's the problem of the internet, that you read that and maybe the tweet says 2 years ago, but you don't care because you just read the tweet and suddenly you're thinking, oh, these people haven't moved on. Like, look at all these YouTube comments showing hate. Yeah, but they're from many years ago, and maybe, like, it's not that they do that every day, or their entire day is hating Naruto. No, I hate the ending of Naruto. I say it like once here on the stream. Okay, maybe more than once. Probably more than once.
Mission complete.
But that's still not the most thing I do. Muslim men is as example of what you were asking. Moving on, like what? I'm confused, Jelly. I probably need to watch the thing to give any more opinions. But that's fine. That's also because you're on a chat and I'm talking. But yeah, like, I'm seriously thinking that my emulator is going slower. I can't understand how I'm playing this bad. I don't get it.
Mission complete.
These random emotes. Biscout, you fuck me. You fuck me. You just gave me a slowdown while I was doing a diagonal. Seriously. Now I'm not lying. What's going on? I don't get it. I don't have extra programs going on today. What would be slower? Oh yeah, yeah. Alright, hang on. Yeah, yeah. I think we agree. It's just that I don't find it illogical. That's all. I don't find it illogical because we want to be happy for the most part, or rather, if someone wants to be happy, let's say we don't have to be happy, but if someone wants to be happy, then it's logical to be happy. And to like blurry some of the story, because the thing is, that's the only thing I don't agree with of calling illogical. It depends on how much you can detach from the thing. For example, I can detach from Naruto to the point where I don't see my relationship with Naruto as a close relationship, let's say, right? And as such, that's also his answer. Okay, never mind then. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, but it really depends on how attached it is, because yeah, in the case of Naruto, I'm very detached from him, so I can easily separate those things. Whereas with a relationship, like let's say a loving relationship, it's harder to detach. So even while sometimes, for example, with my ex, let's say, there is a lot of good things. I have a lot of good memories being with her, but at the same time, all those memories are tainted with the sour taste of the end. And so it's like, it's hard to like a lot of those memories sometimes. You know what I mean? This is the exact answer Buddha reaches as well. Oh, okay. A lot of disaster tragedies happen all the time, but you only have control over yourself. Yeah. I also don't like that. I think that thing is too individualistic. You have control over yourselves, true, but we also live in a community, and sometimes a lot of repair comes from others. I don't like seeing things on an individualistic like perspective. I mean, I'm not saying we have to control other people, but what I'm saying is, yeah, you can control yourself, it's true, but you can also, I don't know, whatever. Because you can say that controlling the environment is also controlling yourself, I know, but... But also there's people that don't have the power of controlling things. And that's why we need to sometimes help them, right?
Mission complete.
So anyway, I kept watching Code Lyoko. I like the show. And I gotta say, foreheads. There's big fucking foreheads in that show. It's crazy. Like, what the fuck? Now, also, I hope this changes a little bit. I don't like most of the treatment they're doing with Yumi at the beginning. Because she looks like such a strong character, but at the same time, it feels like the writers want to take away her power. Because she's a girl, and I don't like that. Because you're like funding all her character in an archetype that is supposedly strong, you know? But then you're breaking that expectation. And you know, breaking expectation is great in general, but except when it means deprecating a character. And so I hope they change that. You know, I only watched like 5 episodes, so it's just that at times the guys feel just too strong compared to her, which I feel like it should be the other way around. Nerfing, yeah, she's being constantly nerfed, exactly. I don't like that. Like, I'm blaming a little bit of 90s, 2000s culture. You know, damsel in distress culture. Even the strong female characters will eventually fall into that shit. It's very common trope from that era. And he hates because she's so cool. Like, I wanna be her, you know? Like, it's like a cool role model. But yeah, Code Lyoko is French. Please kill. Thanks.
Mission complete.
Travel into the multiverse and do a brain swap. Yeah, you can do the multiverse interpretation on Code Lyoko and say that every time they back in time, it's actually just that there's another universe where they don't back in time. And it's just like suffering everywhere. Like every episode, pretty much. Bad ending. Eat. Come on, I'm finally blue on splits. And we're gonna be red again. Because I pressed pause multiple times. Does the entire universe reset when they go back into... I wonder. I mean, I haven't watched a whole lot of it. You probably know. Don't tell me. But... I don't know. You haven't watched? Really? You just watched it when you were young? You didn't watch it again? But I have to be bad at the game. I watch it, but I don't think it ever comes up. Okay. Well, I mean, this is a typical time travel usually never makes sense in fiction. I don't know anything about the Code Lyoko story, just visually remember it. I visually remember it, and I remember some vague things. I actually didn't remember one of the main plot points, which is that they go back in time every single episode. I didn't remember that, and I was like, "Wow, holy shit!" Because it's like such an important thing that I just, it wasn't in my brain. Like I remember about the Beardle War, that the main gimmick of the show is that the show is a 2D animation on the real world, and then when they go to the virtual world, it's 3D animation. I think that was like the main sell of the show as well. I mean, it's what sold me when I was young, because I was part of that era of kids, spoiled kids, that think that, oh, it's 3D, it's so cool, just because it's 3D, even if the animations look worse than the 2D, because it's like such a new thing.
Mission complete.
It's gotta be cool because it's 3D. But it's fine. So yeah, I remember that. I remember there was a girl trapped in the virtual world. Aelita, it's her name. I remember there's this nerd computer guy that for some reason, I still don't know, he doesn't want to go into the virtual world, but kind of has a crutch on Aelita. So there's definitely something happening there. And what I did remember is that every episode ended with, like, Aelita having to put a password on a computer that said code, and then the password was Lyoko. I remember that. Jeremy, yeah, him. It was pretty cool, actually, like, remembering the names of the characters. Like, there were definitely on the recycle bin in my brain. Like, Aelita, Jeremy, Yumi, Elric. The one that was not on my brain, though, was Odd. And I still don't know, like, is he called just Odd? Like even Odd? I don't even know how his name is, like, written. That's like the only name that doesn't stick with me very much. I know they say people that have died. Don't come back after reset. People that naturally died? No idea. I wonder. Okay, now we are lying. His name is actually Odd. Legit. Look at that. His online nick is Even. Or Steven, I don't know. I know so many Yumi fans. It's crazy, like, she's so cool. I mean, the thing is, her character design, it's amazing. Like, I want to be her, you know? When I was young, I wanted to be her. Just by virtue of character design. Nothing else, because I barely remember the series. Also, forehead. Massive forehead. It's so funny. You know, if you type code Lyogo, Google, then you type Yumi, the first thing that is suggested is forehead after that. I think. So massive. So we just want to be an Asian cartoon? No, I want to be a French cartoon.
Mission complete.
Seriously, I don't understand how my bleeding time every single level. I think Beasthog is doing this to me. Like, I don't have any other explanation. And I hate it. There's this thing that is like, if you could be a fictional character, which character you would be? But it's like a tricky question, because you have to be consistent with, let's say, the universe you live in. So it's like, I don't know, if... Like, you have to think twice. It's not as easy. Like, it might be a cool character, but do you actually want that? You know, like... Because maybe you're gonna live in a bullshit universe. If you choose that. It's bad. Okay, now I'm supposed to lose time. Now it's fine if I lose time. They played wrong. Well, not wrong, just slow. You know, like, for a lot of people want to be Goku or something like that, but do you actually want to be Goku? And live in that world? Whatever that implicates.
Mission complete.
I want to be a dimensional traveling lesbian. Yeah, there you go. It sucks. It sucks because I don't like playing on NGVA. And it's true, MGVA doesn't have the loading problem. But it has the weird latency problem. I play on an actual Game Boy Advance. And Beasthog has a way more closer feeling to the latency and like the input latency of a real Game Boy Advance than MGVA. MGVA is not even close to that. It's the amount of latency of lag it has on the inputs is disgusting. Even though it has less lag. And it doesn't really depend on your computer. So it's like, pick your poison. And then you have like like Visual Boy Advance, which we cannot use because it runs at 60 FPS.
Mission complete.
So it's unfair. And then I run out of emulators. And so maybe the real answer is to just play on console. But that also has its caveats. Like not having one finger per button. Makes a lot of things harder. Like, the ideal world would be being able to play on console. Like, I guess on GameCube. But with a keyboard. An actual keyboard, not the GameCube keyboard. The keyboard controller, no. That's probably worse. But then you get, like, questions like, how official is that? People don't want to be Goku. They just want to have a power fantasy. Yeah. But the thing is, on that same vein, like, what are the consequences of a power fantasy? Like, do you actually want that? It's like this... Zizek talks about this. About you don't really want it what you think you desire. But actually you just wanna imagine it. But not actually want it. Married to Shishi. Yep.
Mission complete.
Bleeding time, every level. I don't know, something's going on. Something's going on. I believe I'm not playing this bad. I have faith in me, and I think I'm not playing this bad as the splits show. Also, yesterday I got 2 late manips, which is also weird, because I even thought they were early manips. Which makes me think that maybe the emulator fucked me up, I don't know. If you marry Bulma, the universe gets destroyed later on because you took Vegeta's wife. I wanna marry Arale. That's wrong. Okay. Okay, now I'm playing like shit. I can probably fix it, but it's a little bit painful. I actually feel a little bit of lag. Oh god. This shouldn't be happening. Tank on 6. Need to move this guy. Okay, the artillery at least is not there. What is this? Whoa, that is weird. Let's see how this behaves. This is really weird. Okay. this means I can do this probably. Let's put you there. Here. There. You. Yeah, so we have no clue of the rockets. But that's actually kind of alright. Okay, that's pretty good. Where are the rockets? Okay, we got the 2 rockets on site. Probably a bad idea. Probably a mistake, but whatever. A little with it. Maybe I could damage the Neo there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, gotta move the recon. It's gonna die next turn. Are you kidding me? What a fucking joke. Should kill the other. Or whatever. Saving time, but it's not good.
Mission complete.
That wasn't great. But just better than PB. Not by a whole lot, which means it's bad. I'm like really concerned right now. About this, like, what's exactly going on here. So, like, what is the fix here? It's like resetting my computer. Maybe there's some weird process in the background. The only things open right now are OBS, as usual. No board, live split. And fair enough, OBS consumes a lot, but I always had it open on runs. Chat, is there a way, like, maybe through Task Manager to give, like, more memory to a specific process? Like, if I can give more memory to BizHawk, so the computer uses that memory only on BizHawk. Can I do that? No? Why not? Why is that not a thing? I feel like it should be a thing. Just not how it works. Fuck. I really don't want to play MGBA. I have Game Boy Advance muscle memory. That amount of latency is the one I get on the console, because I have the console. MGBA doesn't have that amount of muscle. It doesn't have that. It's different. There is such a setting in Windows in the Task Manager for RAM priority, but I don't think it does anything. I mean, I could try it. Maybe Light Split has a glitch. It's not showing real time. I updated it not too long ago.
Mission complete.
Okay, now I'm supposed to lose at least 4 seconds. Unless I did the same mistake on the run. It would be amazing if the RNG wouldn't change when attacking mini cannons. Or more than mini cannons, at least the vibe on this mission. We don't actually attack mini cannons on this route, at least. Because then we will carry energy on into the next mission. Now, the next mission we don't need to carry energy, but then I don't know, maybe we can change the route a little bit to make use of that.
Mission complete.
Unfortunate. Like, another option, the sad option is just not streaming runs. Like, just local recording. But that's a very sad option. I don't like running without chat. I get bored immediately.
Mission complete.
That might be late. We'll see. Okay, we're lying. I fucked up. Okay, it's not too bad. Just a little bit bad. But we're losing time.
Mission complete.
Well, the other option is not log a recording, but that's kind of bad. You know, if the stream dies. And just in general, the quality is different. You know what we really need? We need a PC port of this game. Literally impossible. I didn't advance. Oh, this is ass. Whatever, I cannot manage anymore, I think. I mean, we'll see, depending on the position of these guys. Okay, I can technically manage, but it's like... Let's do it. Okay, I cannot manage anymore. Fuck. Just play my cards. Technically faster to gamble. As long as you win the gamble. And this is an ass run anyway, so... Double chai? Okay. Looking good so far. Okay, we win the gamble. And we win the other gambles. There's 3 more. Here's 1. Okay, we won that. This bar wouldn't be impossible. I really hope the universe listens to you. Okay, we lost the gamble. Oh my god. These bumbers. They're really bad at their job. Yeah, PC board would be the dream. No, PC port of Japanese version. Hopefully. Otherwise, it also doesn't work.
Mission complete.
There's no attacks here on this turn. So I reviewed some of the times, and apparently Mirror Darkly is almost the longest mission. Because of how much we improve Gracie Battle. Gracie Battle is still the longest, but not by a lot. And actually a bad Mirror Darkly is longer. Gotta hold. Not the button. Okay, that's like a second. Or a second and a half. Which makes me think, like, could another Yellow Comet mission be faster? Because that would be crazy. Duty and honor strats. Imagine that. Like, I don't see Showstopper being faster. Unless we can capture HQ. But I don't know if that's possible. Almost did the same mistake. Like, it's not ideal. It's better than losing the run. Although at this point, I cannot PB at this point. It's almost impossible. Not with this weird thing that I'm losing time everywhere. Whether it's the emulator or just me. On this state, it's really hard. There's also the Wii U? I think it's Wii U. There's a Wii U port. Well, not port. Virtual Console, I believe. But I think it's non-Japanese.
Mission complete.
And that run is very different. Plus, I don't know how would it handle resetting the game. Wonder if this would be possible with another commander. Or if we need 1, 2... Okay, 3, 4. Or if we need Drake's defense for this to work. Four for 1. 4... 4, 1, 4. If there is a misfire, then we have to manip. There is, that sucks.
Mission complete.
Now, this time loss makes sense because of the misfire. Still not happy with it, but it makes sense. Yeah, and by the way, you can see, like, the fact that I'm almost tied with my PV here, like, pretty close. Technically, a 2-second PV is possible, but not gonna happen. The fact that I'm playing this bad, plus I feel like the emulator is betraying me, and I still be this close, is why I'm running this still. Because you can see the time saves I have. Just a little bit frustrating. Recon 6. Chat, is anybody like familiar with how do you submit to hotfixes? Like if you submit to a specific show, or it's just you just submit and then they decide which show would be good for your run?
Mission complete.
Well, that's cool. Luna. Because I kind of want to submit this game. Like, I would love to run this game on a hotfix because the emulator status of this and the fact that it's so fucking expensive to run it on something that is not emulator. Means it's probably not gonna make it to a GDQ ever. Like, I'm at the mercy of GDQ people saying it's right or wrong to play an emulator. Either that or someone giving me, I don't know, a lot of money to afford all the things you need to spend to capture this shit on actual console. The manual of this level is insane. Like, this thing saves so much time, it's crazy. And the fact that we can do this thing with so little units, absolutely insane. It also has the amazing detail that we barely need to do anything. Like, we're pretty much aligned already from the previous mission. And if you lose your alignment, you can still like save and load, which is great for marathons. And it only requires like tiny adjustments. Okay, I can rest this. From now on, I don't need to hold. All the units that can die are already dead. I can chill during Hog's turn. I don't know why I thought the cursor was somewhere else. And besides, there was no reason to do that instead of select. Next turn I need hope.
Mission complete.
If I PV this, it's gonna be so awful. Although maybe it's fine running against a bad early game. Maybe I'm alright with that. Just a more average run to run against. Instead of massive time saves and such. Can I still fucked up? Yes. 100%. I'm not talking about not PVing, I'm talking about losing a run. It's very easy, you actually just need to miss one input. Like build something that you don't need to build. And that's it. Attack something you don't need to attack. And then you're dead. That's all it takes. Like there, I build a tank instead of a mid tank, it's over. Move a rocket out of position, it's over. Yeah, that's why we need mid-tanks. Because they're more expensive than rockets. And so the cannons go for them instead of our rockets. Scuff. I think it's because we got a misfire. Because I believe the infantry should be dead. And this turn, usually. I got confused. Okay, now it's dead. So I'm moving the tank to up. And yeah, grid can actually take damage on rockets as long as you deal the first attack. His first attack is 66 because he's broken. Second attack on 5 is gonna be 33. Just exactly the 99 we need. It's insane how tight this is.
Mission complete.
Oh my god. It's over. I don't have time to save here. Come down to the match, maybe. Okay, next turn, bomber. Okay. There's my mech. Here's the cannon. Goes from right to left. It doesn't actually care about the price of those specific bombers, just the fact that both are bombers. Because Cambase is more expensive, but it doesn't care. There's a priority system. Just on directions. You're fodder for my laser. And you, Storm, are fodder for my speedrun. Okay, again, it'll come to the match at the end. We can still time, you know, matchless. Those 2 times are important, I think, when it comes to comparing runs. Maybe I should even have a split here. Tac, 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 tac. Barbecue.
Mission complete.
Same second. It's the same second. Thank you for your use. Couldn't have at least been a 42. I mean, listen, it's so close to a 42 that maybe if I retime, like see the exact frame. Yo, thank you for the cheers. War is over, yeah. Not quite, but for now. God. Yeah, no, it's definitely a PV because it's 0.5. There's no way that's a mistake on the splits. When it's like 0.0 something, even 0.1, it could be a wrong split because I need to split at the end. My split at the beginning is frame perfect because I use the same button for start the splits and start the game. So that split doesn't need to be retimed, but the one at the end is manual, so it's at the exact frame, everything's black after the results. So we can take a look at that, see if it is a 42, but probably not. 0.04. How much is a frame? It's like 0.03 something, I think, or 20 something. I don't remember. I might be thinking on 60 frames per second instead of 59 point something is what this game runs. Oh, but this is ass. This is so ass. This is so bad. It's gonna be so funny to run against this splits. At least, okay, so here's the thing. Last run of the day, probably, because I need to figure out what's going on with my emulator. Like, I think I'm getting micro slowdowns could be that I'm just playing bad, honestly. I just feel like I didn't play... Like, when I play bad, I could have called it. Like, okay, I'm gonna lose 5 seconds here because I know I play bad. But then I would have other things where I would lose time out of nowhere. Thank you for the follow. And like, I would be like, but I didn't... No, that time loss is wrong. And so I have the feeling... BizHog is known for this. BizHog is a very good emulator, but that it consumes a lot of memory for some reason. And so sometimes it gets slows down, like tiny bit of lag here and there. And for that reason, MGBA, you know, it's a more stable emulator. But my problem with MGBA, having played on console... Ow. Drop my controller. Having played on this, BizHog and this have like about the same feeling when it comes to input display. I mean input latency, which by the way every game has. It's impossible not to have input latency because the electrons will, you know, fly from one point to another. But when it comes to emulators, there's emulators that have more, usually. And MGBA, it just doesn't feel like playing on this. For me, at least. I have way more input latency and I hate it. So even though it has less lag, it feels wrong to play there. For me, for my hands. When I play on BizHog, it feels really close to this. If not the same input latency. And that's what I like about the BizHog. But then BizHog betrays me with some lag here and there. It sucks. I need to pick my poison. And this is the poison I pick. And yeah, that's because I don't have the money. Thank you for stream. Thank you for the follow again. And yeah, I speedrun this from time to time. Like, I want to improve this by a lot more. I wanna, like, mid 110. I know I can get a mid 110. Because just look at this. I mean, I'm bleeding time everywhere. Like, just small time losses. Every single level. Like, consistently. That's why it doesn't make sense to me. You know? And then Mirror Darkly. The only reason why I saved time there is because my time loss was massive on my run. Same thing with Sea Fortress. I also had a massive time loss there. So at least this is more average run, in a way. Which maybe it's gonna be cool to run against this splits, I mean. What else? Yeah, it's definitely gonna be cooler to run against this Orange Star, at least. But look at this middle game. This middle game is so bad. Oh my god. I'm so ashamed of this mid game. It's fine. Whatever. A PV is a PV, yeah, I know. Okay, I'll take a look at the video to see what's the final frame. Let's see. Game frustrating. Can I capture this? No, I cannot capture that. I like this at least. No, it destroyed my stream. There you go. What the fuck? Whatever. You're gonna have to believe me. Ooh, though. Okay, I actually need to show you. Oh shit, look at that. Wait a minute. I'm gonna have to show you. No. Capture window. Okay, now I'm a little bit more happy. Destroy me. Pandora, don't do that. Because at least the title is not gonna be the same. Because I hate when the title is the same. And I like need to like say something about it. Instead, here I just need to put something in the comments for retiming purposes. Okay, so this is the last run. Let's play by right. Okay, so here. So next frame. Oh wait, I can't go by frames here. Or can I? I can. Okay, so that's the frame. The frame is when the fade out completes. When everything's completely black. That's the frame. Which means this is a 42. This is a 1042. And even have like 3 frames of leeway or 2. It was a late split. And like I said before, the first frame, in my case, it's frame perfect. Because I use the same button. So I hope the input display is correct on that. It should be, but this we'll see. Come on. Okay, input display has latency. Sadly. No, board. What do you do that to me? Really? Should be the same frame. That sucks. But if there is discrepancy, let's see. Let me think. If there is discrepancy, then the input happens later, 1 frame later. That's better than 1 frame late. And in any case, I have 2 frames of leeway, so it works either way. It's a 1042, just barely. Okay. All right. Well, that's cool. A PV is a PV. Let me cut this immediately. But yeah, I usually don't do victory laps. When I get a run, I don't do another one on the same day because I don't know, it usually doesn't work for me. Yeah, I know. Okay. No, I'm not gonna finish the stream. I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate. I'll take a look at the video. Okay, let's cut here. This is attempt 414. Okay, here. Four 14. Power. Oh, that's a good frame. Just right away. Beautiful. Export that. This is lossless cut, by the way. This is your best friend. If you want to cut a video without rendering, this is your best friend. It will never betray you. It's always gonna be with you. It will help you when you are in a bad mood. Just your best friend to cut videos. It's amazing. It's lossless, keeps the same quality. It doesn't take anything. You saw that. I just cut like a 2.5 video, like 3 hours video on like 10 seconds. Amazing. Without rendering. I love it. Beautiful. Oh yeah, and I always do this. I almost always do this after runs. For the people that are not very familiar with this game, with the speedrun of this game, and some of the things that happen on during the speedrun. So this right here, it's a manic chart. So this is a chart that I use to do RNG manipulation, basically. The original chart was made by Dan, the other amazing runner of this game, and I did this adapted version, which it has more condensed information, so it's faster to read for me. So this is like a code for reaction that I need to react to on Navi versus Air. Why is the game muted? Or is it just me? I'm just muted, okay. So Navi versus Air, we need to do attacks, and that moves the RNG. So in a lot of places, we don't want to move the RNG. That way we always know what's gonna happen. But Navi versus Air is a special mission where if you can capture HQ, it's extremely fast. Faster than a lot of other missions. But capturing HQ is really hard. Like, it's very unlikely to happen. We need to manipulate misfires, which is artillery is not wanting to attack you, and just do something else. It's a 10% probability usually, if you don't do manips. And so with this, we actually do some attacks on the copters. And the thing is, every time you do an attack, RNG advances once per frame, or twice. Usually twice. Sometimes more than that, but usually twice. And that's really hard, you know, because how do you control frames? And you need to do like 3 attacks. Well, it's actually 2 attacks, but... And so with this, we align. And so that's why, after killing the copters, next turn I was moving with the lander. I was just drawing arrows with the lander, because I wanted to predict in which place of RNG we are. And once we know where we are, we have a list of inputs to align ourselves with a misfire. And it's just such a cool thing. And I'm like, Dan is such a genius for like developing this trend. It's crazy. It's amazing. And now I'm gonna close the emulator. Be prepared for fucking Mishawk. Okay, I'm gonna play Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance just casually. Just what I'm doing now. Apart from speedrunning. And I'm gonna give you a song. What could it be? How about Falling in Circles? I think that's the name of it. Yep, that's the name of it. We'll be right back with a different game. Thank you for watching. If you are here for Advance Wars, I do plan to beat my PV again, so I'll stream it more in the future. And I also have plans for that game in the future for other things like maybe Hard Percent or War Room. I don't know. Anyway, be right back.